Yo guys, it's John here with Option Lab. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down how I made roughly 2.2 million in 2024, the exact strategy I use, how you can implement it, what I do, and I'm going to break it down very simply, make the video short so you can stay the whole way, and I promise you, you will leave with some valuable knowledge. And before I get through the strategy and everything, let me refresh my account so I don't get any stupid comments saying it's fake. So this is my account, just refreshed it. So it's this is 1 year from Jan 4 to Jan 3, 2025. Investment change, roughly 2.2 million. So now that that's out of the way, if you guys are not familiar with who I am or what I do, I sell option premium selling strategies. So that is naked puts, condors, strangles, credit spreads, debit spreads, etc. So what does that actually entail? So if you guys are mostly familiar with buying options or buying stocks, futures, etc., when you sell to open an option, you receive a premium for doing so. So if a stock is at 100 and I sell to open the 90 put, I receive a premium for doing so. And as long as that stock stays above 90 by my expiration, I keep that premium. So if you guys want to read this, I just took it off ChatGPT, but let's get into the good stuff. So 2.2 million in 2024, and that's trading extremely high probability strategies. Most of these strategies are 70+%. Why is that? Because if you're familiar with buying options and losing money, most options you buy lose money. But when you're on the other side and you're selling to open options, you are selling far enough out of the money puts or various credit strategies that have a very low delta, which means it's a very high probability that you keep that initial premium for entering the trade. And as you can see here, as you can see here, I track all my trades on the spreadsheet. So if you guys have not yet joined my free Discord, by the way, the first 10 people to DM me small account challenge on my Discord, I'm hosting a small account challenge to help you guys set up option premium selling strategies on a smaller account. So join up, link in the description, just DM me small account challenge. Anyway, the beauty of these strategies is it's allowed me to have a year of pursuing things I enjoy doing. So the gym, going out with friends, getting a 2025 M4 competition, getting to work on stuff I really enjoy. And that's the beauty of option premium selling strategies is they're very passive. You don't have to look at charts all day, pretending you're picking a direction, etc. So what is the method that I use? So like I said, I'm selling cash secured puts, spreads, covered calls, iron condors, etc. So the method I'm using is I'm finding high IV stocks that have either have recent news, upcoming earnings, or a large move in either direction. So why am I choosing stocks like that? So when you're selling to open options, you want the premium you receive for doing so to be high. So if you have a stock that has high implied volatility, that in turn drives the option premium up and gives me more money in my pocket for selling to open that play. So typically things that cause IV to spike, an upcoming earnings report, recent news, or more generally, a large move in either direction, right? So if you look here at what I talk about with strategy, I'm actually playing the correction. So if you were to draw this on a chart, if you imagine, you have a good stock that recently had a large drop, usually what happens is it has some short-term correction upwards. So what I'm doing is I'm selling puts below the already large drop, predicting that it won't drop even more. And even if it does drop more and my strike price that I choose gets assigned shares, I can then flip that money and buy that stock on sale and flip it for profit or write covered calls. So generally that's the strategy. Buy or sell to open options on high IV stocks that either have recent news, earnings, or a large recent move, and play the correction. So what does that actually look like on a chart? So this is, as you can see here, it's called the option wheel strategy. And with the small accounts, I'm going to be focusing on how you can do this with spreads that are defined risk, defined reward trades. But for now, let's talk about the wheel. So the option wheel entails selling an out-of-the-money cash-secured put. Typically, I'm doing this around, let me move over here, the 0.2 to 0.3 delta. So I'm choosing a strike price to sell to open a put that's around the 0.2 to 0.3 delta. That gives me a 70 to 80% likelihood, the market's telling me that the stock will stay above that strike price I choose by expiration, and I keep my full premium. So what happens if the stock drops below, in this case, let's say it drops below, hang on here. So say the stock drops below my strike price. So the stock's at 100 and I sell the 90 put, and now by expiration, the stock drops to 85. So now my short put is assigned and I have to buy 100 shares of that stock at the strike price, but I keep the premium. So that lowers my cost basis. So now I own the stock and I can do what's called writing covered calls. So say I own 100 shares, I can now write, or say I own 100 shares at 90, I can now write, say, the covered calls at 95 and collect more premium for doing so. And if the stock stays below those covered call strike price by expiration, I can write more calls and so forth. Now, let's say that stock that I have at 90, I write the 95 calls, and now the stock goes back up to 100. Well, in this case, we'd be over here where then the call is assigned and I sell those 100 shares. So not only do I keep the money from the initial put premium, I keep the money from all the rounds of covered calls that I've written, plus I keep the money from the flip, right? So I said I got the stock at 90 and then I sold it at 95. So I made the premium from the calls, plus I made the difference in the flip of the stock. And once that's all done and I've now lost the stock and collected a bunch of premium, I go right back up to the top and I sell another cash secured put on that stock or another one. So typically, if you guys are looking for delta, I always have delta on my option chain in the far right column. This gives you an idea of the probability that your naked put, naked call, or condor will expire out of the money. So this is the strategy. Like I said, if you guys like my content and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. And if you join my Discord down below, the first 10 people to DM me small account challenge, I'm getting you guys involved. So shoot me a message. I always talk to you guys. I respond to all my messages. See you there.